In this video, I'm going to go over the appointment setting feature as well as dispatching and the feedback survey that you can send to your customer when the appointment is completed. So first, let's go to the My Info page, and obviously we're in the admin. And then I'm going to click on the appointment defaults. And you're going to notice here you will either have a white box here with nothing in it, or there'll be something in there, and you'll just want to change this to your liking, however it is you want to, when you set up a call with a customer, thanking them for having set the appointment. What will happen is when the customer sets the appointment with your call taker, it will, and then when they click save, it will send an email out to them thanking them, and this is the message that they would receive. The next area down below here is we've given you the ability to set up your own departments. So if you want to add a department within your company in the program, so that when you're sending an appointment to a technician, they'll know what they're going to be doing, whether it's replacement, service, even training, whatever they're going to set out their time for. You can get rid of these. You can even move them up and down. And then whatever the type of appointment is, you can set that as well. So maybe it's training, but it's safety training. It's more specific as to what you're doing. Maybe it's a replacement call and it's AOR. So you can add as many as you want, take them away. This area right here is when the technician actually is dispatched out the morning of the call. The customer is going to get an email that actually will have their picture and then whatever their certifications are. So see, we've got Nate certified, 32-year technician, background check. So you can add as many of these as you want. They're just little JPEG badges that you can just save and put in here. And then the very bottom here, there's going to be 4 questions that are going to be asked of the customer, and there's a bunch here that actually are not going to be a part of those. We only ask 4 questions, and you can add as many as you want. But these are the 4 questions we're going to ask. And you can add other ones, but we don't want to give them too long of a survey. We want them to answer, 4 questions, and then we're going to basically track each technician based on how the customer answered the survey. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to click save. And that saves all the work we just did on the appointment defaults page. I'm going to go back to the sales rep tab just by clicking on the sales rep tab. And obviously the sales reps don't have access to this. This is only for the admin. And I'm going to edit Dwayne Gibson. That's me. And you'll notice that as I go down through here, there's a active. So if you have a technician that leaves, you would want to inactivate them. And just by clicking that box right there. This is whether you're going to allow them access to install and only, service only, or both. So this technician is going to have both. And then you'll come down here and you'll see that we have the ability to add a picture for the technician. Because what we want to happen is when the technician arrives at the home, they will, the customer will know who's coming. And they'll also know what the certifications are for that technician. Now, you see right here it says works at company location. You can leave this blank if they work at the office, and it will default the office address. If you have them in different locations, you would check this and then put the right address in there. If you want the technician to receive the morning emails, just click this box, and in the morning they'll get an email that the customer gets as well. If you want to give them the opportunity to change or cancel their appointments or even add appointments, you check this box. And then on the dispatch board, we're going to assign them a color so that when you're looking at the board, you can tell which color is who based on that. If they're a certification holder, you're going to click this box, hold down your command button on a Mac or your control button on a PC, and just check the ones that you want to apply. And then the very last area is a biography of the technician so that when the customer gets the message the morning of the call, they will have this below their face and also above their certifications. So once I've got all that done, I'm going to click save. And looks like I chose the wrong color, so I'm going to choose green and save. Alright, so here we go. We're going to navigate away from this and go to the dispatch board. And you'll see here on the dispatch board, it doesn't quite look like a dispatch board because we're looking at the list view. If you click on calendar view, it will bring up the calendar and it will show all of our calls for that day. And obviously there's not a lot going on here. To set an appointment, you just click inside the box and it opens up the appointment area. If you start typing in the address, it will pull up the address of the customer, and then we can set the time. We can come down here and select a technician. We can say it's a replacement call, it's AOR, it's a 3-hour job, and here's our notes. Let's say needs a new air conditioner. And then we click save and send email, and then that email is now going to go to the customer and the technician. So here is the email that the customer is going to get. I'm sorry, the technician is going to get. And basically, it just gives the address. If they're using their iPad, they can click on the address. It will bring it up in Google Maps and give them a way to get there. Let's see if that will work here. And so if they have the app of Google, it'll tell them, how to get there, turn-by-turn directions. Okay, it has the phone number of the customer, what needs to happen, the notes, and then when we're going to arrive. And it says I'm going to arrive between 2 to 6. That gives a 4-hour window. So here's the email from the company to the customer, and basically it's got a picture of the owner, and then it also has what we had talked about earlier in the thank you message, and it also has when we're going to arrive between 2 and 6. Now this goes out the moment that they set the appointment. So now let's navigate back to the dispatch board, and let's refresh our dispatch board, and you'll see there's our appointment. So when the technician comes to the house, he'll just open it up. Inside the app, there's actually a little map in here that shows where from the office where it is, and then the dispatcher can choose whether they want to do a 4-hour arrival window or an exact time. So I'm going to be there at 2. They would put at 2, and then on the actual email to the customer, it would change. Okay, they can create a proposal because this is a replacement call, and you would just go right into the wizard from here. When the technician arrives, they can come in and say, you know what, I got there at 2 p.m. I left at 3 p.m. So it calculates an hour, and then we'll click completed, and then we click save and send email. And what will happen now is it will send a feedback survey to the customer. So here we are in my my personal email, and I've got this these 4 questions I'm going to be asked, and I'm going to put exceeded expectations. He was timely. He came at 2. He said he'd be there at 2. Were they dressed in a manner that seemed professional? And then would you recommend our company to a friend or neighbor? Just 4 simple questions. Look, we don't need to know everything about all of it, and quite frankly, many surveys that are too long, people will not answer them. So once you have answered that, thanks for having set the feedback in, and then we're going to go back to our dispatch board. Okay, so now let's go to our dashboard, and as we scroll to the bottom, we're going to notice I only have 1 survey that's been sent in for this particular one, and it says that my overall score is 3.25 because I got a 4 and 3 3s. And so what will happen is as you add technicians to the dispatch board, each one of them will have a graph that will be filled out here, and you can choose that technician to see them. So now that that is completed, I can go back to my dispatch board. I can look at my list view. You'll notice that customer is gone. We can look at all canceled, completed. So if I click on completed, it shows all the completed. I can even look at my feedback from that particular job. That wasn't the one, so that concludes the video on the dispatch and survey function of the program. Look for more videos in the future, and happy selling.